What is the latest with the Patriots
You
here?
know, the interesting thing here is that they do have the actual tape. This is not a he said. They're saying one thing, he's maintaining another. The Bengals are saying the Patriots did it. They're saying they didn't. The Patriots acknowledge it. The Bengals feel like they did it. And the league has the actual tape of what happened. So it's on there. So the league can look at the tape and make a qualified decision. Yes, boy, this is worthy of a lot of discipline. Or this is something that's overblown. I don't know what's exactly on that tape. The Bengals maintain that they were shooting into their sideline. The Patriots maintain it was just a feature. It was inadvertent. It was an independent crew affiliated with the Kraft Group, not a part of the football operations staff. And so the fun part about this, the interesting part about this is we don't have to guess. The league can look at the tape and make a very simple, logical decision based on what's on there.
Perhaps. Here's this part that it gets a little bit murky.
Perhaps.
If they did shoot the sideline, if they were shooting things that go beyond, that would seem to go beyond what would be normal and not nefarious. But Bill Belichick is still saying, well, let's just play it. I mean, why don't I just play the Belichick for you here, because that's where we're going next anyway. Bill Belichick was asked about this for about the 7th time this week, and this time he got a little salty in his response. So the point then, Schefter, becomes that if they did shoot the sideline, and if the tape shows that the camera was on it the entire time, but Bill Belichick is saying had nothing to do with us. If they did that, they did it on their own. It does, it seems to me, get into a little more complicated area that requires a little more investigation, yes?
Well, listen, again, it's up to the league to make that determination.
Right.
Let's just say that there is 8 minutes of footage of the Bengals coaches because the people in the Bengals organization are convinced that something nefarious was going on. So let's assume for a moment that something nefarious did happen. Now we've got an independent group, and the league sees it. What do you think, and I open it up to the table, what do you think the league's response and the discipline should be if we've got this independent film crew that is representing the Patriots even though they're not with the football operations? What is the right discipline in that case if they're shooting images? And I don't know the answer, I'm asking.
I have a couple questions, and the first question is this the only tape? If there are other tapes, I would be willing to forgive them and assume that it's a mistake if they just so happen to have 8 minutes of the Bengals sideline. If it's something that we have repeated throughout the course of the season, that's a problem. I don't think that Bill Belichick and the football staff decided that, oh, we're just going to cheat for this Bengals game. I think it would be something that we'd have to find evidence of in the past. And the fact that they have done this before matters, and the fact that their excuse for why they shouldn't be in trouble is the same excuse that they said that they would have last time. Like, all that matters.
But think about this. You send a film crew in Patriot gear to the press box, do this in front of everybody with shirts on against the bank. Like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's a terrible defense.
No, I'm not defending it. I'm just asking.
I'm not yelling at you, but it's a defense that I've heard a number of times. Like, they can't be that stupid. Maybe they are. I don't care whether they are or they aren't. If you've broken the rules twice in a row and you can't figure out how to not stay on the right side of the line, then there should be consequences.
I turn to my friend on my right, who played for Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. Yeah. What is your perspective on this? Because it's the ultimate definition of confirmation bias, right? Yeah. The people who think they're cheaters are going to use this as an example. The people who think that they've been unfairly criticized in the past are going to use this as an example. What do you think?
I think here's the deal. If you want to know what people think inside the organization, listen to what the players what the players are saying. Because inside the Patriots organization, there's one voice, Bill Belichick. And you know what the players do? They regurgitate the message from the top. So if people really want to know, like, how, what's the thought process going on in the building, listen to what the player's saying. That'll tell you exactly how they feel about the whole thing.
I'd be interested to know how other owners who are not the Bengals or the Patriots feel about this, because my understanding was after the initial Spygate, Deflategate was pretty aggressive, in part because the other owners were upset that the initial Spygate wasn't penalized enough. So I think that may weigh on this, how the other owners around the league and how other teams feel about how this is going.
Is there any way to get a sense of how long this is going to take before some decision is made?
I don't know the answer to that. They said they're going to take their time, the league. Again, to me, it would seem rather clear. You have a tape, you look at the tape, you speak to the Bengals, you speak to the Patriots, you render a decision.
We'll
Shouldn't
see.
be that hard.
Again, they had the one-day league meetings yesterday, so it could be wrapped up before they play each other this Sunday, maybe not. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.